This is Volkswagen's Passat CC. Now, don't get confused, that doesn't stand for Coupe Cabriolet. There's no magic roof that disappears into the boot. It actually stands for Comfort Coupe. But it's got 4 doors, so it's not technically a coupe either.
Now, we thought this car was so beautiful, we decided to put it through its paces in this week's It's New, But Is It Any Good?
And we're going to make life very tough for this VW by seeing if it's as refined as the 4-door coupe benchmark. Mercedes produced this CLS by squeezing a normal E-Class saloon through their special niche creator.
And the story behind the Passat CC is very similar. VW took the nuts and bolts of the normal Passat, lowered it by 15mm, and then gave it the kind of lines that you'd see on a 21st century Jag. If VW indeed still make the people's car, this one's the one for the pretty people off of Hollyoaks. To give this 31,000 quid Passat a fighting chance against the 55 grand Merc CLS, I've gone for the top of the spec car. That means it's got a V6 engine in the front, 4-motion all-wheel drive and a DSG gearbox, 296 horses. Takes this car with the gearbox 0 to 62, 5.6 seconds.
So, it's got a spec worthy of a big German Uber cruiser, but is it as quiet as such a car needs to be? Bring out the apparatus!
This contraption is a decibelometer. It measures noise. The more refined a car is, the quieter its cockpit should be. I'm going to drive around the 5th gear high-speed bowl at 100 miles an hour with this to see how quiet the interiors of our cars are. First up, I'll set a benchmark. In this, the Mercedes CLS. When I plant my foot, I'm doing 60, I'm now 70, 80, 90, 100. I'm doing a ton on the bowl.
At a steady 100 miles an hour, the noise meter reads 73.3 decibels. That's the same as a hairdryer. Now let's see how the Passat CC compares.
That's foot on the mat or full automatic. So it really rises to the challenge, revs to 7,000. I'm doing 70 already, 80 already, 90 already. I'm doing nearly 100. Not quite as quick as the Merc's V8, but I don't think you'd really notice it in a day-to-day situation.
And as for the noise, 75.5 decibels, the same as a vacuum cleaner.
It's probably about 2 decibels louder than the Merc at the same speed.
It's so quiet.
Nevertheless, I'm still impressed with how close the Passat CC gets to those Merc levels of refinement, especially when you consider it has exactly the same 155 mph top speed, and at 31,000 quid, it costs 20 grand less.
And so peaceful until...
Even in this pricey company, that car truly shines.